Well, are we ready? Are we ready, family? I hope so, because this seems to be a very exciting night for a very special young king. He is known as RYZE, you all, RYZE, official. But I've got to bring in everyone, so let me go ahead and share this out. Then I'll be right back.
Says one, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Sister Mary, yeah. Let's go, yeah. Every time that she come through, yeah, she bring the fire. Come a little closer, girl. Let me take you higher. She bring on the fire, bring on the fire. She bring on the fire. She bring on the fire, bring on the fire. She bring on the fire. Shorty bring out the fire, straight with the heat. See a one in a million, make me feel complete. Shorty is a blessing, she my little booty tango. Take back to a condo, whoa. Make love till the sun comes up. Repeat till the sun goes down. Shorty be loud like surround sound. Loud like surround sound. Yeah. Shorty be loud like surround sound. Loud like surround sound. Yeah. You and that biggie bumper. Drop it down low, baby, go now. Put it on me, make your love come down. Make your love come down. Whoa. You and that biggie bumper. Drop it down low, baby, go now. Put it on me, make your love come down. Make your love come down. Whoa. Every time that she come through, yeah, she bring the fire. Come a little closer, girl. Let me take you higher. She bring on the fire, bring on the fire. She bring on the fire. She bring on the fire, bring on the fire. She bring on the fire. One to the beat, let's go. One to the beat, let's go. Higher. One to the beat, one to the beat, let's go. One to the beat, let's go. Higher.
Let me know if I can sit with you. You got my heart racing, wanna get with you. Digging on you, girl, you got me feeling, yeah. You got me on my Drake shit, you got me in the booth, you got me singing like
you got me on fire, girl. You never would have known if I'd never let it show. You got me on fire, yeah.
Don't ever think I could leave you alone. You got me watching from a distance, chaperone. Yeah, I'm really seeking for permission to see if I can put your body in different positions. She got me mad good cause I'm feeling the steez. Getting strong feels but I'm weak with the knees. Trying to play it cool cause I ain't looking for no bad news. Baby hit me with an offer that I couldn't refuse. Yeah, she got me focused on that waistline. Bad hips, bad lips and she tastes fine. Bad eyes, bad thighs, bad body. She got me on my mental so she gets me. I got you if she lets me, she got me.
Every time that she come through, yeah, she bring the fire. Come a little closer, girl. Let me take you higher. She bring on the fire, bring on the fire. She bring on the fire. She bring on the fire, bring on the fire. She bring on the fire. Every time that she come through, yeah, she bring the fire. Come a little closer, girl. Let me take you higher. One to the beat, let's go. One to the beat, let's go. Higher. One to the beat, one to the beat, let's go. One to the beat, let's go. Higher.
I just want to know, anybody want to take flight with us tonight? Does anybody want to take flight? Strap in, folks. Put your luggage inside the overhead luggage bin. You know I'm crazy, y'all, but yeah. Let's do this, y'all.
King Lion, real damn entertainment. That's a legacy, a kingdom that was made. We made this empire on different brands from nothing, from starting from scratch, yeah. Ain't nobody bring us down, ain't no words coming out of us, yeah. Whoa. Go ahead, tell me what you think. Just tell me what does it mean when it's riding smoothly down the way. Don't give me, don't tell me that we can't look at us. Ooh. Let's take flight to the mountains. Let's take flight to the nation. Let's take flight. Let's take flight. Let's take flight to the world. Let's take flight to the mountains. Let's take flight to the nation. Let's take flight. Let's take flight. Let's take flight to the world.
That is how we do it in the Empire, you guys. But, you know, we got to have our theme song of the year. We got to have our theme song of the year. Well, you heard two, but we've got another one as well. I'm sorry. That's how we do. This is NG, y'all.
Black Empire. It's next, the big monster.
Yeah, something so amazing. We did deserve the law. On the Sunday morning, yeah. I'm listening to my radio. Yeah, no. I'm chilling with the boss lady. There is a thing of boss lady. And I'm listening to my radio. Every time I wanna day. Feeling good, I'm feeling like yeah. Everything's so good without my radio. I don't know what else to do, yeah. Global and buy, 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 global and buy. I'm so enticing, girls. I wanna listen to the radio. Yeah. Global and buy, 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 global and buy.
You know, I heard a beautiful song very recently, as a matter of fact. Someone on YouTube, they told me about a young king, and they said, please, whatever you do, you've got to come over. You've got to hear him for yourself. And I said, wow, okay, let me do this. And once I got to know him and I got to talk to him and I got to listen to his tracks, I realized that there was much more to this young king than meets the eye. And I fell in love with one of the first tracks that he sent in. And I'm going to play it now for you. It's called, I think it's to his daughter, as a matter of fact, Dear Aviana. Enjoy, folks.
Yeah. I promise there won't be no more nightmares. Daddy's always gonna be right there. I wrote this song for you. The Aviana, my sweetie Sarai. A part of my precious pieces with Leah inside. With all my heart, just know that daddy proceeded to try. With all my soul, just know that daddy proceeded to grind. Broken to pieces, they got my baby believing the lie. They ain't your daddy, I'm not okay with them leaving you blind. Full of regret, and I hate to feel like I need to rewind. Cause I love you, I just push forward and keep in my cry. Looking like me in your mind, really see me in your eyes. See how you sing on the mic, wish you could just see me smile. So you can see that I'm proud. Followed by a hug and a kiss, more love and a gift. Because that's how I'ma be with all three of my childs. Sorry that I felt I had some reasons to be in denial. Praying that I don't become a face you ain't seen in a while. You'll get it when you older, cause I know you ain't seeing it now. These are just some feelings that I wrote and start reading aloud. Ain't nobody that's refereeing that's seeing these fouls. All we boxing, they expect me to just throw in the towel. Just the thought of never see it, you ain't been calming me down. Thought I was going insane, thought about blowing my brain. Trying to be Superman, how I'm still in the lowest of lanes. I just want a picture with my three I can throw in the frame. People use these babies as a weapon to hold to your face. And the baby don't even know she a blade. Man, this show is a shame. Is it going to change? Where is the line drawn? I'm just desperate for peace, and I feel like my mind's gone. This for my three, I put the message inside song. When is it going to change? Where is the line drawn? I'm just desperate for peace, and I feel like my mind's gone. This for my three, Kasai, Avi, and Lee. And I'm just waiting on that sunshine today. Cause ain't no more raining on me. No more raining on me. I said I promise there won't be no more nightmares. Daddy's always gonna be right there. Yeah, I wrote this song for you. And I wrote this song for you. Yeah. I wrote this song for you. Daddy, daddy, daddy. I'm waiting on it. Wrote this song for you.
Tell me that is not a beautiful, beautiful song, you guys. Wow. We're going to learn so much about this young king. And I also know that Mama RYZE, she should be listening in because I sent her a message. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And she is a beautiful, beautiful goddess queen. I thank you. I thank you for birthing such a beautiful young king. Wow. And I see where he gets it from. But let's do a little motion, y'all, from RYZE. And then we're going to bring him in. So hang tight.
Girl, you're too bad, mind me, I wanna deal with you. You're too bad, mind me, I wanna deal with you. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, you're way too fine, me, now can I deal with you? Set my eyes, I cannot take off, you can't look away. The way you're dancing, moving with grace, just makes me move with haste. The way we grinding, pick up the pace. The way we grinding, pick up the pace. I think I'm losing patience, hey, hey. Cause I want you, I want you, I want you. We can leave out the club, you can come through. I can make all your dreams come true. Just let me know what you up to. Cause I want you, I want you, I want you. We can leave out the club, you can come through. I can make all your dreams come true. Hey, hey, the motion, the sweating, the exhale, the potion, the heartbeat that's heavy, emotion, your lipstick, your smooth skin, your lotion. Yeah, okay, okay. Baby, the way we graze an ocean. Now follow me, yeah, yeah. Girl, don't be scared. No, I don't bite, but I squeeze tight. But then I see you like it. But then I see you like it. I ain't tryna read your future, I'm just tryna see what you on. Baby, when you leave, what you doing? I'm just tryna go where you gone. Tryna get more than I did on the dance floor. No games, had me moving patient, now I'm moving with a sprint. Though you caught me looking, all I needed was a squint. Girl, you're too bad, mind me, I need to go repent. Yeah, drop it for me, dip and shake. Then hit rewind, press replay. I won't let you get T-wet. Drop it for me, dip and shake. Then hit rewind and press replay. I won't let you get T-wet. Cause I want you, I want you, I want you. You can leave out the club, you can come through. I can make all your dreams come true. Just let me know what you up to. Cause I want you, I want you, I want you. You can leave out the club, you can come through. I can make all your dreams come true. Hey, hey, hey. The motion, sweating, the exhale, the potion, the heartbeat, this heavy emotion. Your lipstick, your smooth skin, your lotion. And baby, the way we create a notion. Now follow me, yeah. Girl, don't be scared. No, I don't bite, but I squeeze time. But that's in your life. But that's in your life. Drop it for me, dip and shake. Then hit rewind, press replay. I won't let you get T-way. Drop it for me, dip and shake. Then hit rewind and press replay. I won't let you get T-way. Cause I want you, I want you, I want you. I want you, 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 I want you.
I know, right? I tell you, some of the best artists comes through these doors, our virtual doors, our interactive doors, and our magazines. Welcome to everyone that is tuned in from all of the different outlets, you guys. After this show, of course, it will be sent over to and distributed to iHeart, Deezer, Spotify, SoundCloud, all those different media outlets, and YouTube. So you will be able to listen in on quite a few different outlets. But first, I have to give shout outs, you guys. You know that. I have to give shout outs. You guys are amazing. Simply amazing. You have been sharing this out like crazy. But first up, Boss Lady Radio, Diane D. Boss Lady Radio, my mentor in the game. Salute. And MJ Savino, one of the hardest working promoters. Man, she does it all for the underground music scene. That is Marissa MJ is what we call her. Next up is I Said It podcast. He is from Illinois as well, and he does so much great work for all of the independent artists. And man, I tell you, his events are incredible. Next up, from Raw Feelings Radio, the lioness herself, Nene Lioness, you guys. Yeah, that is my little sis in the game. Salute to you. Next up is YGMG with Misery. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for sharing as well. A brother Joka J. Free them all, free the land. Thank you so much for all that you do and all of the support over the years. And lastly, Paul Anthony of Full Force. Thank you so very much. He is in the magazine from last month. We also did a live interview with him as well. I can't wait to get his brothers from Full Force on board as well. I would love to interview them as well. But thank you so much, Paul Anthony of Full Force. But I've got to introduce you to someone very, very special, you guys. His name is RYZE. And thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. It is simply amazing. All right, you all. You didn't come to hear my mouth. You came to hear RYZE, RYZE. How are you this evening, King?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Thank you for having me.
It is a true honor. I tell you, from the very first moment I got the kite, is what I call it, from YouTube land, they said, you got to hear him. And I said, okay. And when I hadn't even heard your music. I just heard you speaking, and you were so eloquent and you were so down to earth. I said, there has to be more to this young man. So let me ask you, because we're going to go straight into the interview. I hope you don't mind.
I don't mind.
All right. Here's the first question. And of course, you're going to be meeting RYZE in the magazine as well. But when did you know that you wanted to be an artist?
I would like to say I don't really remember starting to think it. I always felt like one. You know what I'm saying? Just being a little boy watching, all my favorite artists, DMX, I'm watching Nelly, Jay-Z. I saw everything. So, the NSYNC, like Backstreet Boys, all that stuff, trying to watch the TV and be those guys, I always felt like I wanted to do that. But I was a young kid, so I guess I say I was like 4 years old watching all that stuff. So I'd say 4 years old is probably when I knew I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to be this.
Wow. Let me ask you this. So we know who some of your idols were watching television, but when was the very first time you picked up a mic?
It's probably like, I was like 16 when I actually picked up a mic. When I started to perform professionally, record professionally. But, it was just, young boy stuff, writing your song. I never got to grab a mic early on, but when I got the recording, I was asked to be places. Then, I picked up a mic and stuff like that. When I really wanted to do it, it was like 12 years old when I wanted to start writing. I always sung my favorite songs, but 12 years old, so I was like, I got the creativity too. You know what I'm saying?
I do understand that, and I've heard that quite a few times, that a lot of the artists, they started very, very young. But let me ask you this. So when you started, and we know that you were watching television, you said, this is what I want to do. You started off early. You picked up that mic at 16. Now, you said that you wrote your own music, correct? Your own lyrics.
Yeah, correct.
All right. Where did you get your inspiration from?
I got a lot. I had so many heroes. I got from Andre 3000, from J. Cole, just the people that had something to say. You know what I mean? A lot of artists, they want to do this, and they're like, hey, I got something to say, but then they get on the beat, and then they want to kill someone on it. And it's like, that's not really much to say to me, so I find inspiration from people who's creating like real art,
Yes.
synthesized, and just real music, something that's classic. And that's what makes music classic. You know what I'm saying? Classical because of the feeling it gave you. I remember what I was doing when this came out. It's like the feeling, but it's like it's because of the message in the songs, well, all those things that play a big part in making it a classic. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Let me ask you this, King. Hold on one second. Let me ask you this. What was the very first thing that you wrote?
I think it was something about my girlfriend when I was in high school. You know what I mean? One of those things. I think that was that. I was listening to a lot of Drake at the time, so the emo rap was popular, talking about your emotions. It was okay as a man at that time, and I felt like I was pretty emotional. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot to say as far as that, so it was something along those lines. I forget exactly what it was, but I definitely know what it was.
Wait, I really hope that you did not mention her name in the track.
At all. It's a respect. I had to put subliminals, you know what I mean? Because music is mysterious. You know what I mean? You want to look into, what did he mean by that? You know what I mean, if it sounded good enough, you know what I'm saying?
Now that makes a lot of sense. Subliminals, they always have you thinking, and especially women. If you've ever dated a musician in the past, the first thing you think is, that song is about me. I know it's about me. It's got to be about me. I think a lot of times too that, you can put people in their feelings and it may not even be about them. You know what I'm saying? It could just be in general. Have you ever gotten in trouble over writing a track or someone heard a track?
No, because everyone that ever dealt with me, I feel like they then knew what to expect. Once sometimes it gets personal, you know what I mean? Because it's my form of expression. I don't like to put a box on my creativity. So when they want to deal with me, they knew I was making music before they became my friend or before they became my girlfriend or whatever. So it's like when I find just experiences and I just write about them.
I got you.
I don't think it's like, hey, was that about me? No, I knew it was. It's never. Why did you write that about me? It's like they know.
I get you. I get you. That's what I was always afraid of, is that because my beloved, he's a musician and he's traveled the world. And it's like, I always listen when he's recording something or when he's writing something. I'm like, okay, what are you talking about there? What are you talking about there? But it's never about me. That's what's so funny, but I just have to be certain, but that comes with the territory. Let me ask you this. So when you started, and I like to talk to people starting out, people that have been, in the industry for a while and so forth, to get different perspectives so that perhaps this can help the next artist coming up. But was it hard to enter into the music field, and what were some of the challenges that you faced?
It's very hard, you know what I'm saying? I feel like just starting a business in general is a hard thing to do. It takes faith, you know what I mean? It takes a lot of just knowing what to do, or who is really who you know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to get into. I think one of the hardest challenges is, or the biggest challenge, is just being taken serious, you know what I'm saying? Like I always tell people, like, it's easy to root for the winning team.
Yes.
Like for example, we saw the Lakers. They were losing beginning, but during the middle of the season, they became winners. They made the playoffs, and everyone's rooting for them now, but they weren't before because people don't want to root for the losers. So you have to look like a winner to the people. People want something to root for. Become their hero. Become their champion. Let them, you know what I mean? Represent something. So like I tell people, if that's what you're starting, that's what your business has to be. You know what I'm saying? You have to put it on high like that. And I think it's hard to get to that point because it takes a lot of advocation. It doesn't even take like fans or support. It takes someone saying, "Hey, have you been there? Man, you have to go. Like, man, you got to like how shout out to ZX.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to ZX.
Absolutely.
Like how ZX like, oh, you gotta listen." And just an adamant support to make sure that they don't leave without. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and speaking of ZX, it's so ironic because he knows my schedule, so I'm always busy. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. I don't know why someone's trying to call now. They always do that, unfortunately. But please don't call, you guys, because that will interrupt the show. I have different devices connected together. Everyone knows that by now. But do we know anybody in Yardley, PA? This may be one of your people. I don't know. Hello?
Yeah, I know Yardley, PA.
Okay, let me find out. You guys hold on. I'm gonna go on mute for just one moment, okay? Hold on. Well, yes, that was actually a call in. They're going to be calling back, you guys. They're a little busy at the moment, but we do have a special surprise for this young king. So let's keep going with the interview. Okay, King?
Yes, yes.
I think you heard who that was.
I know who it was.
Yeah, I like to surprise a few folks. All right, I see someone else coming through. I just see a 100. I don't know who that is, but go ahead and type in your names as well. Sometimes the names will not show up in the chat room, only the pictures. Okay, we would love to give you a shout out. But all right, so let's get back to the interview. So we know some of the challenges now. Let me ask you, and this happens to a lot of the artists that are starting out in the business. Financially, how was it on that end with you just starting out?
That's really the hardest part. That's the hardest one. You know, it's business, so you know it takes investment. So that was hard. Considering I had children, you know what I mean, and starting out, I was just a young kid. I came from basketball. You know what I mean. I'm in the gym every day, and now I'm in the studio.
Wow.
Like, so the transition was just it was different, but I didn't really have a lot of money like that, so I wasn't in the studio all the time, but I knew how to write. I always could write. So I feel like that was just the strength I had. So once I did get in the studio, I had material. I had product.
Wow. That is amazing. And I know that happens to a lot of artists just starting out, is that financially you have this vision almost, but you don't know how you're going to get there with limited resources. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, sometimes it's very daunting. Sometimes you just want to throw in the towel. And a few of the artists that have actually made it and that are touring now, they started out the exact same way, and they are listening now from their devices, and they know who they are. There were so many that said, I can't do this. I have a baby coming, or I have a baby that was just born, or I have to work 2 jobs, or I just lost my job, or whatever. And my advice always to them is, how much do you want this? If you want this, if you sleep it, dream it, eat it, nourish it, provide for it, it will eventually provide for you. So never ever give up on that vision, because a lot of artists were born for a certain purpose, and their purpose is to bless humanity with their music. You know where I'm coming from?
Yes, absolutely.
So how did you overcome the financial part to continue in your music?
I mean, I can't really take credit for anything that I can really put a pin on, but I would say I would just give all my glory to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really plan a lot of things that happened in my life. Like, it's really like a divine power that's been guiding my hand through all of this. So I don't know. It's just I overcame it because I had faith, but I still took the steps. Of course, I had the vision, but I see the end goal. But what's in front of me to get there? Yes. I don't think I can like jump over the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't jump to the other side of land. I have to cross. I have to take it step by step. So I do what's in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I never try to get too up or too down. You know what I'm saying? It's highs and lows. So I never try to be up. Just go forward. And today is today. So tomorrow doesn't even exist yet. And I might see it. But let me apply whatever I can to today, because I exist. That's really how I overcame everything. Because you never stop. When you discouraged, you'll stop. But if you aren't, you'll keep going, because you just got to stay inspired.
And, you know, I think that a great support system also helps. I know there were times, and I even said it, you know, on my outlets, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not promoting anymore. I'm in my feelings. I'm done. Leave me alone. Don't call me. Don't text me. And they let me get through my emotions. And then they say, okay, are you done? Or are you done? That is what my team says all the time. Like, okay, did you get it out of your system yet? Okay, now this is what you have planned for next week, the next week. I'm like, no, I just said that I'm done. They're like, okay, whatever. Like we said. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe these people. But they also have uplifted me over the years. They, the sponsors, especially, this is how we're able to do what we do for so many, is our sponsors that are behind the scenes that most people will never know who they are. They have blessed our outlets. They have blessed, our organization with thousands upon thousands, and it is so amazing that whenever we put out a call, someone will come through and say, okay, this person needs that. Okay, let's bless them. And I always say, each one bless one. And even if you don't have the finances, and I said this earlier today, there are other ways that we can bless one another. Each one bless one. We only need us. Those were our hashtags, and they will always be our hashtags, because it only takes a few people that can hear your music, and you never know where it's going to come from. That's why I just advise one of the queens to start podcasting and start going live on the air like I do, because the artists that she plays, they get royalties, and also the DJs, they get monetized. And in the beginning, I wasn't going to do it. I said, I have enough on my plate. And my mentor, Boss Lady Radio, she made me do it. She said, you've got to do this, because this will catapult the artist. You have to come in every direction if you're trying to bless them. And so I gave in. I made plenty of mistakes in the beginning. I didn't even know how to download the music. It was just crazy, and people were just laughing and having a good time. But eventually, like I said earlier, you do have to water your seeds in order for them to grow. Let me ask you about one particular beautiful young lady that I talked to a while ago. Your mother. Tell me about your mother.
Man, she's really she planted the seeds. Planted the seeds for it all to really grow. I was in that house next to her listening to NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and Jay-Z and Bone Thugs. She played it all. Snoop Dogg, she played everything. Jill Scott, Tony Braxton. I just love, I have an eclectic taste.
Right.
I think it's because she planted the seeds. I knew how to like everything right away. Mm-hmm. So I just grew up, whatever I heard, it could be rock and roll, instrumentation. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a hip hop head. I know how to like everything.
I understand.
She's really the reason.
And I believe that, and my father, he's the one that actually started me. He planted the seeds in me with our record stores. This is what I call them, record stores. And he made me learn every genre of music, from country and western. I said, why do I have to listen to country and western? He said, because you must find beauty in all music. You have to know all music in order to honestly be able to speak about certain music. If someone comes in and they request country and western, or if they request jazz, you have to know what you're talking about. And the only way you know what you're talking about is by listening to it. And so I had a thing where I could actually predict B-sides of, this was back in the day, 45s. The B-side, most people didn't listen to, but I had a knack of being able to predict the next hit from the B-sides. And he would always laugh at me until it came into fruition. He said, whoa, that really became a hit on the B-side. And I remember Prince, when Prince first came out, and He says, I don't know what's going to happen with this cat. I mean, naked on a white horse. I said, he's going to be one of the greats. I feel it in my spirit. And sure enough, he became one of the greats. But let me ask you this, so we know about your beautiful mother. She planted the seed, and the seed is now taking off. Let me ask you, what advice would you give to artists that may want to throw in the towel, or maybe they're just now starting out on their journey as well?
If you're in it for money, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the last thing you're gonna see. You know what I mean? You gonna if you love to do this unconditionally and keep going. And opportunities they're gonna come. If you have faith in what you're doing, opportunities are gonna show up. Just make sure you don't miss the opportunities. You prepare for them. I mean, before they appear, so you can take advantage of everything that's going to come. I feel like a lot of people that are enjoying me now, yeah, it's the music, but that's what I worked on a lot. So it's like I have the opportunity now for people to hear me. So it's like I took advantage of preparing for the opportunity. So I would say for artists to just keep preparing. If you're in it for money, don't do this. It's not about money, because it's gonna get tough, and you're gonna be like, man, I'm not seeing what I see everyone else getting from. We look at entertainment, we think, oh, it's a lot of money in entrepreneurship. It is. Like, it takes a lot of money spent. It's the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So just keep going, though. That's the thing. Don't stop. Don't look down. Don't look up. But look forward and just keep going. And keep applying yourself to every day. Yeah, everything you got in front of you, that's what you use to take the next step. And that's the best advice you're really going to get, because there's no secret way to really make it. Everybody has their own path. You know what I'm saying? So just keep going, and your path is going to be beautiful.
Let me ask you this, King. What do you think is the biggest difference between underground music, well, I call it overground now, and mainstream music?
I feel like now underground music has a little mainstream to it. That's why, like, a lot of the underground music, they start with, like, TikToks and stuff, you know what I mean? And they're not mainstream at first, but then they make it mainstream. But I would say it has a feel that more is put into it, because those artists aren't mainstream. That's what they're trying to be. Like, they're trying to make that song. So when you hear these records, I would say they have a little more feeling like it was more put into it than a mainstream song. Mainstream songs, like, they have, like, this hit that just, there's, like, a structure of sounding, it sounds alike to me. You know what I mean? It's not a lot different. The underground music has a different creativity. You know what I mean? It sounds like more is just put into it.
And that is so very true. Well said. I think about all of the artists, especially in other countries. And the first thing they say to me when they get at me, they say, can we come to your state? Come to your country. We want to make it in the United States. What I tell them is become in your country first. You have to make it at home, all right? And then worry about coming to the United States, because there's only 1 in a million that will actually sign a record deal. And a lot of times when they sign the record deals, they don't realize what comes with that. You know, they just see all of the pizzazz, they see all of the glitz and the glamour, but they don't realize that you're going to pay out the pocket every time, you know, there's a Beyonce that has a huge tour. Well, if you stop to ask her, how much does it cost her and her label to put on those tours and so forth, people would not believe it. And so I tell them, think about starting your own label as well. And a lot of the independent artists, they have started their own labels and they're doing so very great. And they are also touring as well. Let me ask you this, King. How did you feel the very first time you took the stage?
Nerves. No, I always did the writing. So I always sang in class and sang those songs. And I never did like talent shows, even when I was asked, just because I was afraid. So when I knew, I was like, man, I have to do this. I have to do this. I was nervous, you know what I'm saying? And especially because the first time was at a university, 4 hours away from my home.
Oh my goodness.
I'm 17. You know what I'm saying? I'm just nervous, but it was welcoming though, especially because a lot of the people I went to school with at high school, they were there. So it was support in the building, just a warm feeling, the welcome feeling. So I was able to, do what I came to do.
Yes, indeed. I spoke to Damn Fool, right? That's his name, Damn Fool. He's a comedian. And I did an interview with him, and he was actually in his car, and he had forgotten that his mother's birthday was that night. So I had to do the interview in the car, do the interview while he was in the car, and I'm rushing him to get off the interview because he has to go into his mother's function. But I learned a lot about certain areas, especially comedians. They have hecklers, and I remember asking him, like, how do you deal with certain things? And he's so smooth with it, and we had an event where all of the huge comedians they came to our city, and I got to, meet everyone, and we had a really great time. But one thing that I learned about them is that it's a brotherhood. Comedians, artists, so forth. It's a brotherhood, and they support each other. And there were at least 50. Comedians that came. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a birthday party for one of the retiring comedians, and they all came from different cities. The one with the blue eyes, D-Ray was there. D-Ray Davis, I think his name. Ballhead was there. Damn Fool was there. It was for Tony Schofield of Chicago, I believe. That's who it was for. But it was so many there, and they were so down to earth. They were so approachable. Even though, they were well known around the world, they were still very approachable. Let me ask you, now that people know who you are, now that they're hearing your music, where would you like to take it into the future?
I want to take it global. I feel like I have the talent. I feel like I have the drive to do it globally. I want to be able to be an access and a bridge for other artists like myself, because I know how hard it is to really break through. You know what I mean? Because it takes more than music. I hear a lot of people with good music, but they just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like I would like to be an access for the people who don't know, and just that's what I see myself doing more so moving on in the future. As just once I establish the global existence and be everywhere, literally, then I can help bridge the gap between the unfortunate and the fortunate.
Oh, that is very, very powerful. I was thinking about when I started, really promoting about 5 years ago, and I didn't know anything, but I had mentors along the way, and I shout them out all the time. One taught me about magazines. The other taught me about radio. The other taught me about promotions. And it's an old phrase. The game is to be sold and not told. And that's not true. That's only for selfish people. There's enough for everyone out here to be successful. But we have to be able as a people to come together and promote one another. Even when we make it, that's when you should be, reaching back. And I think of Sankofa. Sankofa actually is African, and it means reaching back, or the ancestors reaching back to the next generations. It's a bird. You may know about it, but it's a bird, and you'll see it. Its beak is reaching backwards. And that is what I always thought about. Thank you so much, Miss Nazuri. I see she is here. She is a beautiful artist as well. But reaching back to the next generation, or reaching sideways to the person next to you. I've made it. Now let me bring you forth as well. I think that a lot of times the reason why a lot of the artists do not succeed in the independent sector is because they only think of self. And people notice that, especially the DJs, believe it or not. If I don't share other DJs, why would they share what I do? You see what I'm saying? If I'm only always thinking of self, they see what's going on in the different sectors. They're everywhere, from TikTok to YouTube to Facebook to, Instagram. They see she's not doing this or he's not doing that. So, but that is what is needed out here. And that's why, we reach to quite a few different countries as well, because not only the US needs our help, everyone needs our help. There are millions of artists and entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying, that need our help. And if we just help one person, if we choose one person every week to promote, then we've done a job. You know what I'm saying? And Ms. Nazuri says, everyone support everyone. A share don't cost a thing. And she has been rocking with me for years. Before I even started the magazine and she was in it, she was still sharing. And that is what I truly, truly appreciate. I just have a few more questions, and then we're going to go out with the motion again, because maybe some people have not heard it. Second to last question. Here we go. If you could do everything all over again, what would you change in your life?
In my life?
Yes, if you could have your life over again.
Oh man, I would just practice more discipline, more persistence, more dedication, and just never lose creativity as far as like watching a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? Like that takes away from, you look into that TV portal a lot every day. You really don't have your own mind. I like to have my own mind, my own creativity, and I liked a lot of the things that I was early. So I would do a lot of stuff like that. But there's not a lot of things that I would change. Man. I could just say that as far as like discipline, as far as me, everything else that I couldn't control, that's really what made me. I love myself. You know what I'm saying? I love who I am.
I love myself.
Be pretty much. I just discipline my flesh and, strengthen my spirit. That's all.
Man, you said portal, and I use that word so much. I talk about that, the radio, the television, the live vision. These are portals, you guys, and you have to guard your spirit, because you can't let the wrong energy into your spirit. And a lot of times I will just cut it all off, and I'll just commune with my creator, or go grounding or whatever to get back on track, because you can get off track if you allow yourself to do that, and we are in control. Last question, are we ready?
Yes. Right.
Who would you like to give a shout out to?
And I would like to shout out to my brother A-Dub. I like to shout out to my team, Lexi, Gemini, T-Spunk. Shout out to ZX for advocating. Shout out to my mother. Man, it's just too many, man. Shout out to everyone I love, man. You know who you are. Man, it's up.
Man, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. I do want to tell everyone that you'll be able to read all about this young king in Global Fire magazine. We're also going to send a few articles over to our Australian edition as well from Danny Joel Flint. That is 25 to Life Records magazine out of Australia. So you're going to get to know a little bit more about him, you guys. So whatever you do, stay locked in. And I want to end with a few songs. One is The Motion. And of course, you know we got to go out with Ballistic Man with Flawless Victory. I love you all. Thank you so very much for all of the shares. My God, you guys have really outdone yourselves. And Ms. Nuzuri says, I can't wait to read it. Yes, indeed. All right, King, I'm going to let you go. And thank you so very much. This has been truly a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you. You're so awesome.
Oh, you are quite welcome.
You are a blessing.
You are quite welcome, and I can't wait to meet the rest of your team as well. Send them on over. Tell them to send me requests, and I will definitely lock in with them as well.
I will do that.
All right. You have a blessed evening.
You also.
All right. Bye-bye, King.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was incredible. I told you guys he has such a, oh my goodness. I think I had an incoming call. Oh no. I think I had an incoming call. Call back. Call back, whoever that is. I don't know who that was. That could have been Mama RYZE. I'm not sure. That may have been Mama RYZE. But let's see. Hold on. Can you hear me? Okay, I don't hear anything, but that's okay, you guys. So, I'm going to end now. Thank you so very much for tuning in. And here you go. RYZE, you guys, with The Motion.
Girl, you're too bad, mind me, I wanna deal with you. You're too bad, mind me, I wanna deal with you. Hey, 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 yeah. Girl, you're way too fine, me, now can I deal with you? Set my eyes, I cannot take off, you can't look away. The way you're dancing, moving with grace, just makes me move with haste. The way we grinding, pick up the pace. The way we grinding, pick up the pace. I think I'm losing patience, hey, hey. Cause I want you, I want you, I want you. We can leave out the club, you can come through. I can make all your dreams come true. Just let me know what you up to. Cause I want you, I want you, I want you. We can leave out the club, you can come through. I can make all your dreams come true. Hey, hey, the motion, the sweating, the exhale, the potion, the heartbeat that's heavy, emotion. Your lipstick, your smooth skin, your lotion. Yeah, okay, okay. Baby, the way we graze an ocean. Now follow me, yeah, yeah. Girl, don't be scared. No, I don't bite, but I squeeze tight. But then I see you like, hey. But then I see you like, yeah. I ain't tryna read your future, I'm just tryna see what you on. Baby, when you leave, what you doing? I'm just tryna go where you going. Tryna get more than I did on the dance floor. No games, had me moving patient, now I'm moving with a sprint. Though you caught me looking, all I needed was a squint. Girl, you're too bad, mind me, I need to go repent. Yeah, drop it for me, dip and shake. Then hit rewind, press replay. I won't let you get too wet. Yeah.
Drop it for me, dip and shade. Then hit rewind and press replay. I won't let you get away. Cause I want you, I want you, I want you. You can leave out the club, you can come through. I can make all your dreams come true. Just let me know what you up to. Cause I want you, I want you, I want you. You can leave out the club, you can come through. I can make all your dreams come true. Hey, 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 the motion, sweating, the exhale, the potion, the heartbeat, this heavy emotion, your lipstick, your smooth skin, your lotion, okay, and baby, the way we create an ocean, now follow me, yeah, girl, don't be scared, no, I don't bite. Squeeze time, but that doesn't your life. But that doesn't your life. Drop it for me, dip and shade. Then hit rewind, press replay. I won't let you get away. Drop it for me, dip and shade. Then hit rewind and press replay. I won't let you get away. Cause I want you, 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 I want you.
SP, what up? May in this motherfucker. Know what it is? Time for some action. Big gorilla thong, break you to a fraction. I can tell that you pussy just by your captions. Now speak to the workers, go get your captain. I'll smack the shit out of both of you. She asked me how you the mayor if they ain't vote for you. I told her cause I speak for the culture, boo. And I be snacking on rappers just like the vultures do. Pause. I'm highly unapproachable. You might fuck around and get your shit rocked. I mean, you might fuck around and get your bitch cocked. Cause I'm good with the birds like Alfred Hitchcock. Yup. And don't talk to me about hip-hop. Never. I've been doing this shit since you was in the house. On the blocks, on them corners, moving in and out. In the cut like quarters in the couch. Pussy.
I pray for better days, yeah. Cause you either predator or prey. No one's safe in the jungle. Lions and bears and gorillas, yeah. Baby, you around some real killers. No one's safe in the jungle. I pray for better days, yeah. Cause you either predator or prey. No one's safe in the jungle. Lions and bears and gorillas, baby, you around some real killers. No one's safe in the jungle.
So you a street guy? Oh yeah? So when I drop you, you'll be comfortable, cause that's where you gon' lie. After that, you gon' hear two sounds. When I punch you in the face and when your body hit the ground. So you the type who like to key cars and pop tires? Put my Slim Jim in your bitch and leave a hot wire, babe. These guys wanna buy from me, I'm feeling them out. Don't want the smoke, then the fire escapes your nearest out. My runners under me swerve different. You know how we got them dipping like the nose on the plane. That got my nerves twitching. The ones I give work to better pay on time. If not, I gotta come through flay your spine. If I front you work and you front on us, put that salt or caramel, but this ain't Starbucks. I got something for these opportunists. Come here, laying them for a dirt nap right beside them tulips.
I pray for better days, yeah. Cause you either predator or prey. No one's safe in the jungle. Lions and bears and gorillas, yeah. Baby, you around some real killers. No one's safe in the jungle. I pray for better days, yeah. Cause you either predator or prey. No one's safe in the jungle. Lions and bears and gorillas, baby, you around some real killers. No one's safe in the jungle.
You talking shit, I slap flames about your melon cat. Relish that, ain't nothing changed. I've been to hell and back. Felon rap, came for the block, the good fellas back. Mob ties, Columbo, your best guy, then send them back. More pictures look like Pox or autopsy. After they cut him up, left his chest all sloppy. Shaw gave me some work, I never stepped on it. Blue magic to white, I put my rep on it. Shot shatter your bones, son, it's only right. Let off, chopper explode, call it a Kobe flight. Too soon, man on the moon, I'm up in outer space. Crown Kings, peace to the guards, these my Bagada tapes. I hold the 9 and I cock and wait. See you run your mouth, not a lot to say. Lefty 2 gun strap, you know the mob hit. Big Nems, G and the Shark, you know that mobster shit.
I pray for better days, cause you either predator or prey. No one's safe in the jungle. Lions and bears and gorillas. Baby, you around some real killers. No one's safe in the jungle. I pray for better days, cause you either predator or prey. No one's safe in the jungle. Lions and bears and gorillas. Baby, you around some real killers. No one's safe in the jungle.
This that killer rap in the jungle, gorilla rap. You better take your chances doing dances on that Triller app. It's hard to survive in the jungle without having to dive in the rumble. So I strive to be humble. Where the dealers be buying and the killers be dying. I was raised in the jungle by gorillas and lions. Ballistic man, say my name in the mirror like Mary. I appear in your reflection like a nightmare. It gets scary. The government tried to bury me. I came back from the grave. My soul the Lord actually saved. Now it's action I crave. Like the crow or the Punisher. You should know I ain't done with ya. I came back to take your earnings for they go to your publisher. Ballistic man. After the show with a rapper that says that he's the best. I came to eat your flesh. A dog off his leash. Rest in peace to X. Need a vest cause gorillas beat their chest in the jungle. Tear out the hearts of opponents and use the pieces to juggle.
Flawless victory.
Are you still here? Are you still here? The show's over, guys. Well, since you're still here, I might as well play another one of our theme songs. And we out. Peace, family.
Yeah, It's your boy Says One, homie. Says he in the motherfucking building, y'all. Okay. 25L Clan, let's go. Yeah, We bringing you that introduction mixtape, y'all. Banging it out there on a global scale, you know worldwide. Yeah, okay. 25L Clan, yup, we out here, yeah, we coming at ya. All you need to know is we gon' bring it going global. Yep, we worldwide, and we don't back down. Bringing you the real so you can feel it, making moves now. From every angle, coming from every corner of the planet, we here now. Just know that we don't play around, just know we put it down. Sharp as a knife, the microphone gave us 25 to life. Said it's that native, says he in the building, repping for that long white cloud, that's New Zealand. You ain't gotta be from there for you to understand it. God's got enough eat in the south side of the planet. The home of the all black. On it be the mind state. We don't even carry weight, homie, we just run it straight. They know us out in Texas. It's in New York and back down. Even the Phoenix got us banging out there in Chi-Town. They know us out in London. So shout outs to the UK. Even up in Canada, shout outs to homie Luke. You know I keep it moving and bubbling like a crack pop. Your money off the wall, my homie, I call it bank shot. Ain't shooting up no banks though. I'm legal with the bank notes. Higher than I've ever been. Flyer than an airplane. Shortening your lifespan. 25 to life clan. Global with the mixtape. We innovative heavyweights. But yo, you know my team strong. We coming out from everywhere. We coming after everything. Loyal like a wedding ring. This is the introduction. I'm coming with that full clip. Sensing for praising my homie banging out that new shit. But this is only light work. The rap game is a tragedy. I'm about to go in and hold it down, yo, without the help of gravity. Flexing on your faculty, knocking you out the ring. I'm coming to claim my title as the king. Yo, the Phoenix sent me. 25L Clan, yup, we out here. Yeah, we coming at ya. All you need to know is we gon' bring it going global. Yep, we worldwide and we don't back down. Bringing you the real so you can feel it. Making moves now from every angle, coming from every corner of the planet. We here now. Just know that we don't play around. Just know we put it down. Sharp as a knife. The microphone gave us 25 to life. This is the anthem. Bringing it live, verbal assassin, killing them off, spilling my feelings out with a passion. I'm on now. Give me the mic, give me my check, give me my crown. I told y'all already, I hold it down. Coming correct, yo. I'm focused and driven, got them in submission, dismissing the competition. 25L Clan on a mission like a soldier. I stand at attention, give a salute. I'm spitting the truth, gonna make him get loose. Give me the loot. I'm in my zone now. Bringing the pain, hear what I'm saying. Play your position, no switching, homie. Stay in your lane. But y'all ain't ready though. Raising the bar, keeping it lit. I'm only spitting to let you know there's levels to this. But I ain't done yet. I'm only getting started, my homie. If y'all don't like it, then I'd have to beg your pardon, my homie. So let it ride out. Picture me winning, I stick and move, slick maneuvers. I'm riding with it, nothing to prove. Keep it 1,000. Said we don't go 100 round here. That shit is standard. That shit now says you run it round here. On top of my game. My vibe attracts my tribe, and I know this. That's why I'm in it to win it, homie. Just let me kill it. Go say your prayers
prayers now.
Pray to Allah, pray to Jehovah, pray that you're in the being, that you believe what you're seeing. And I'd hate to have to be the one to tell you that I told you, but since he's in the building, game over. For real,
25L, play up, we out here, yeah, we coming at ya. All you need to know is we gon' bring it, going global. Yep, we worldwide, and we don't back down. Bringing you the real so you can feel it. Making moves now, from every angle, coming from every corner of the planet. We here now, just know that we don't play around. Just know we put it down, sharp as a knife. The microphone gave us 25 to life.
Shit, 25L clan, baby. We out here now. Worldwide.